Acha. Unlike yesterday, unlike the previous day, we will be talking in English, right? Yep. I want you to ask questions in English, right? Okay. In the last class, we have discussed about we have just talked about the JRE and JDK, right? Sorry, JVM and JRE, and a little bit about JDK. So we'll be talking about this again, right? Let's just start. Okay, before starting, uh, please send me the questions that I've already sent you. Just copy paste it in this chat, right? Just copy paste in this chat. Yeah, all the questions that I've already sent you. Yep, the assignment questions. Did you try solving them? What? Okay, so I've got only one, two, three problems. Another one problems I haven't got. How many of the problems how many problems I gave you? Five problems or four problems? Four, right? So I've got already. So yeah, I understood. Like, yeah. So remove white space, right? Okay. So we'll be starting with uh count vowels. Let's just start with white space. Okay, because this is the easier one. All right. Sorry. So this is the question, right? So basically, you are given a string, right? So write a program to remove all white space characters from a given string. So you have a string, right? So let's just take a string str equals to let's say any string, okay? So we'll have to have some white spaces in the string. So let's say we write a string that I am Dip and today I'm teaching Java, right? This is the string. You don't have any you don't have any problem with this, right? Now what I'm trying to do here is I am do you have anything in your mind? How can you solve this? How can you solve this? Do you have anything in your mind? Like, do you have any solution to this problem? Like, how can you remove these white spaces? Our main goal is to remove white spaces from this. How can you do that? Yep, you are very right about that. But how can we check? Like, how like for example, do you know that do you know that in the string, right? Every the string forms basically with characters, right? So every element here, every not ASCII code, no ASCII. We don't need ASCII codes, right? It will be solved very easily. I'm just telling you that each each particular element in the string, right? They are characters, right? So so they are just characters. So let's say let's say we have a character, right? Char ch, right? And let's say we have a character is always in what do you call it, like single quote, right? So let's say we have t in a t, right? And if we if we want to add this, we can just write str equals to str plus ch, and it will be added to the string, right? Let's just check whether it will be added to the string or not. So our we know, right, that after this whole string will be I am Shaptadev and today I'm teaching Java, and there will be extra t that will be added to this last position, right? That should be our str right now, and it is, right? The t is added to the can you see the screen? The t is the the t is the t is basically added to the uh, string str, right? Should I zoom it like little bit? Yeah, right. So after this, uh, this is proof that all the elements in the character we can have, we can just have, we can just check every character, right? So for this is I, right? This is not a white space. So we know for sure that whenever there will be a white space, we want to just ignore it. So I have already told you about how to add a particular element to the string, a particular character to the string. I've already told you, right? So what we can do is, as strings are immutable, do you know the meaning of immutable? Do you know the meaning of immutable? String, yes, strings are immutable. What do you mean by immutable? Do you know that? The immutable means that you cannot change this string. Like you have Shaptadip, right? And if you want this Shaptadip to change, you cannot change it. Yes, unchangeable, right? So you cannot change the particular string. All right. You can also tell me. You can ask me this ask me this question, right? That we have this string, right? And you have added t, right? But and then the whole string is changed. It is now Java T, right? The whole string is changed. But the main thing is it is in the memory, right? So this string str and this string str is not same, although they are in the same location, not location, although they are in the same variable, right? Actually the memory structure of these two strings are different. Like wherever this string is stored, another string is created to just add one element to it. Do you understand that? Like it isn't like in the space. Like if I try to uh, explain it to you, Excalidraw, right? Yeah, so if I try to explain it to you, like let's say there is particular this string, right? So we have this string, we have this whole string in a memory, right? So we have this uh, string in the memory. Yeah, so this is the string in the memory, and basically we have named this str, right? Yeah, so this is str. Now what you are telling, what you are telling your program to do is add ch to it, right? Or add just t to it, t to the whole string, right? And what is this? This is a character, right? Character. And we have already said we have already see that this is basically we can add ch to any string, right? It isn't a problem. So what we are trying to do here is we are just adding t to the whole string, and you might think that this string and the resultant string, so after this string will be converted to the java t, right? This string will be converted to the java t, right? You might think that this str and this str is same, but it is not same. Like actual position where the actual memory, like let's say this is the memory, actual memory where it has some address to it, like ax0000, some bad looking address is there, and this str is just linking there, right? So str is storing whatever the address stores in it, right? But whenever we are trying to change anything, like we are trying to add t to this particular thing, right? So we are trying to add t to this, but this string cannot be changed, right? Because I have already told you that strings are immutable, right? So strings are immutable, immutable. So we cannot change this particular thing. We cannot actually change this particular thing in memory. Like in this position, you cannot go there and be like, okay, just change this teaching, just delete this teaching. You cannot do that. Once you have already created something in this particular position, you have to create another memory in the actual memory. So you have to create a block, like this is called a string constant pool. So you have to create another constant pool, so basically to store the same thing with some changes. Like even if it is one character changes, even if you want to change one character to it, like if you want to add one character to it, you can basically add like uh, this basic thing is like this. Yeah, the address will be changed. So let's say we have any other address, like yep, address changed, right? Not really, but basically what will happen is, uh, first when you when a, though so at first whenever you are declaring an array with something, some value, right? Not array, like the str value with this particular value, particular string, it will point to this. But after you add t to it, the link will change, so now it will point to this position. Got it? So after adding this, like after adding this particular thing, this will point to this, and this will basically store java t. Got it? So strings are basically immutable, that is the thing. Like you cannot change any particular position, or else you could be just like, okay, I'll go to this string and I'll just delete this. You cannot delete a particular string, you cannot delete it. You can add some value to the string, but actual string will not change. It will create another address, another memory for it. Understood? Did you understand that fact? So it would have been much easier if we can delete this part, right? So if we can go here like 0 and 1 position, delete this white space. If we delete this white space, then am will be like this. Let's say am will be like this. It would be much easier, right? But we cannot do that here. So you have to, so basically we have to like uh, so basically what we want to do here is go like traverse every characters, like go from this, and let's check this, let's check this. Got it? Like we have to go with the characters. So first there will be I, then there will be white space, and if we have white space, we'll just ignore it. Got it? So what we'll try to do here is, we'll have a resultant string. What do we mean by resultant string? So there will be a string which will contain null, right? So this will contain nothing. Got it? And we will traverse this whole string for loop. And how? Yeah, yeah. So what yeah, so yeah, so not deleted. That is what I'm trying to make you understand. Not deleted, we cannot delete it. So what we are trying to do here, so we are just, let me tell you that. Let me let me tell you what I'm thinking. So yeah, so I'll tell you about it. So you have your result, right? And the resultant will actually call uh, will actually have the string with removed white spaces, right? Okay, this will store the removed white spaces. Yeah, again, sorry, I cannot hear you. Yeah, can you can you hear me now? I'm having a network problem, or you? Okay, it isn't an issue. If you can hear me, it is all right. Okay, so we have to just figure out how to go to these characters, right? How to take out these characters from the string str, right? From this variable str. So how we can do that is by a particular method, right? Yeah, can you hear me? What happened? Yeah, bro, you could have joined with your mobile phone. Why did you join with the computer if you have any problem there? Fast, do it fast. Yeah, yeah, can you hear me now? Is it all right? Hello? Yeah, is it clear now? Yeah, right. Yeah, fast. Yeah. So what we are trying to do here is like we are trying to get this character out of the string, right? So we can just copy this into some variable here. So what is this? Particularly if you talk about one element from the string, it is a character, right? Am I am I right with this? Yes. So we can be like char ch equals to, now how to get that character. So every positions can be, so in a string every positions are given a number, right? So basically what in C++ and in C and in Java also, at the back right, at the back it is just array, right? Array of characters. So basically a string is nothing but array of characters. So if something is array, you already know that an array is basically uh, an array has some values in it, and the keys or the um, what do you call it, it is keys only, right? So the keys will be just number that will be starting from 0, right? So it will be starting from 0. I've already told you. Yeah, so this is the 0th position, right? And this is the 1st position, and a will be like the 2th position. Yes, 3rd position, 4th position, and it will go on, right? and and it will go on till a, right? Until it will reach the end. So that we have done that, that is how we have done it. Like str dot length will basically print the number of, like, yeah, that is a method, right? So if you be like, yeah, I'll tell you about it. So let's say we have a string like not this long, so let's just make it a little less. So what we can do is like str dot length, and we can be like, okay, let's say oru no, right? And how many characters are there in your name? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 8 characters, right? So let's just see how many characters it give. 8 characters. Do you understand? Like they are treating these characters as one number, and they're just counting the number of characters in the string, and they're giving the number of the characters in the string. That is called str dot length. Got it? So str dot, not string dot length, but the variable name, and dot yeah, so the variable name and then dot length will give the length of the uh, characters in the string, right? Did you get that? Did you understand this? Now we'll just move. Okay, so how can we just get this character from this particular string? How can we do that? We can be like, uh, so this this I will contain first 0 and then 1 and then 2 then 3 then 4 then 5 then 6 then 7, right? It will go up to 7. It will go up to 7, not 8, because we have given here less than. Yeah, I will include the 0 position, but actually there are actually that str.length gives you the number of characters, right? And here it is starting from 0, so it will be always 1 less than actual length. Got it? Yeah. So what we can do here is like, let's, what is the name of this variable? Str. So str dot caret, like, yeah, caret means, yeah, caret is basically like character at position. So what is the position here? Like 1th position, right? So if we are like, okay, if we are like, okay, just print the character at every position, that is what we are trying to do here. Is that right? Yeah, it is also a method. So there are string methods. I'll share a link. Yeah, next char, yes. That are just the methods that help us do something, right? So uh, basically we are taking, so what we are doing in this particular for loop is just taking out a particular character at every time when the I changes. So for the I 0th part, a will come to ch and it will print, right? And it will continue until there are no characters left. Did you get this? I'll just quickly run this program to let you see that whether it is printing the same thing or not. So it is doing it right, right? There is no problem here. So how to, so basically if you want to, so let's say if we just want to be like, yeah, so we can be like, okay, now can we do this like this? So let's say char ch equals to str dot caret I, and we'll be getting every character here, right? Hello, hello, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? Hello. Yep. Yeah, just rejoin. No, just rejoin. And yeah, so we're just taking out a character from here, right? And we'll need to check that whether that character is white space or not, right? So we can be like ch equals to if it is like white space. So always remember the character uh, takes single parenthesis, right? Single quote, right? So it will always mean like single quotes, and this will also always be for string, right? Yeah. So this will be double quotes for string and single quotes for characters. Okay. So what we are trying to do here is like, if ch equals to what is this, space, right? Space, right? There is a space. So if we have a space here, we don't want to do anything, right? So you were talking about the other day about continue, right? So we can be like continue. We don't want to do anything here. And if it is, and like if it is not space, we just want it to be there in result, right? Isn't it? So we can be like result plus equals to ch, and it is like plus equals to what plus equals to does. Plus equals to is basically result equals to result plus ch. Yeah, so it is like the same thing only. So after this, result will store all the elements except white spaces. So let's just print result and check whether we have just done the program right or wrong. Did I do it right? Was it easy? It was easy as hell. So yeah, I got it, I got it. But now you know about it. Now I'll give you more programs and you'll be able to do it, right? So just let's do another program here. So count vowels and consonants. Yeah. So count vowels and consonants, right? And what is given in the question? What are you supposed to do here? Like uh, yeah. So do I need to show it to you? Like I think it is quite easy. You don't need to. Yeah, we'll try once. We'll try to do this, right? Okay, because this is quite easy, right? This is not so tough. You can easily do this. It is very easy. Okay, check for palindrome, right? Also, check for palindrome is a little bit tough. So I'll be doing this reverse string, right? This is a very easy problem. I'll show you how it is a very easy problem. Okay, you can, yeah, you can be like just run it backwards and the uh, array will be shorted, right? Like array will be reversed, right? So not array, not just a string. Let's say the string. Yep. But actually what you need to do do here is a little bit trickier. So let's say so you have to just store the reverse thing, right? So let's say just string dot result, and let's say you have empty here, and what you need to do here, this will be 2. So you can be like int I equals to 0, not 0, you have to run it from backwards, right? So str to length, and as you know that length gives the number of characters, right? The total number of characters, and as it is 0 based indexing, we have to do like -1. Got it? And it will be greater than equals to 0 because it will end till 0, and I minus minus. Is it right? And will be like result 2 plus equals to what? Tell me that. Not I. str2 dot char at I, right? Do you have any problem? Yeah, do you have any problem with this? Like if you have any problem with this, I can do this like ch equals to this and ch. Got it? This is the same thing. Let's just print and check whether we have done it right or not wrong. Let's just do it. Yeah, it is reversed. And you know now that how you can check for palindrome. Can you check for palindrome right now? Yeah, you can check for palindrome, and you will write the other two programs, and you'll send me. Okay, let's just start today's class right now. Yeah, so we'll be doing this. Okay, so JVM, right? So JVM is an abstract machine. It is called a virtual machine because it doesn't physically exist, right? So why do you call it virtual machine? Because it doesn't physically exist. It is not like a machine that exists inside your machine, right? It is just a virtual machine, like a virtual software that is present in your computer, right? So it is a specification that provides a runtime environment in which Java bytecode can be executed. So this is very important. So yeah, so it provides a runtime environment, right? It provides the environment. Yeah. So it will be providing the runtime environment in which Java bytecode can be executed. Java bytecode, after the source code is converted to the bytecode, then the bytecode can run basically on this. The JVM will be basically running the bytecode. Got it? Like it will start executing the bytecode. Got it? It can also run those programs that are written in other languages and compiled to Java bytecode. Right? So if some so here it is here it is like mentioned that if any particular other language is also converted into Java bytecode by any, like it can be anything, like for any language, if it is uh, converted into some Java bytecode, then it can also execute it, right? I don't I, d- I don't know actually that if C program can convert, but I think we'll have to see it, right? So we can just see it afterwards because this is not so important. Basic thing is the Java virtual machine was created for only executing Java bytecode, right? And any Java bytecode there, it can execute, right? That is important. And if any particular other language that can make that can be converted into Java bytecode or not, that is not important. Okay, so JVMs are available for many hardware and software platforms. JVM, JRE, and JDK are platform dependent because the configuration of each OS is different from that of others. I've already told you about this in the previous class. Do you remember? Yeah. So I'll just clear out once. Yeah. So I'll clear out once. So I told you about Java being platform independent, right? And you know about it that as uh, Java bytecode is converted, and afterwards the JVM will basically execute it any machine, right? Do you understand this part? Is there any problem in this part? Right. So uh, here it is told that JVM, JRE, and JDK are platform dependent. Why? Why these three are platform dependent? Yep. That is the same thing that I told. Like for JVM, JRE, and JDK, this this basic thing, these machines are written in different languages, and their structure is different for other OSs also, right? So they are made actually not for a single OS or single system. So they are made for different systems, and their internal structure is quite different from uh, each another. So uh, unlike Java is basically a language, right? So Java is a language and it is converted into a bytecode, and then bytecode is given to this JVM to make it run, to make it basically execute. Got it? So that is how we are doing things. And also, um, yeah, so that is it. So however Java is platform independent, this is written, right? There are three notions of the JVM: specification, implementation, and instance. We have already talked about this in the previous class. So first it loads code, verifies code, execute codes, provide runtime environment. Got it? So we can also run uh, like talk about it. Like we can also read about it more. There is actual memory structure of this thing. Got it? So this is like a more uh, depth. It goes in more depth, but we don't need this. Okay, we just we just need to know about what are these things and how are these happening, right? Because if we go in depth, there is no end to it. Like uh, these things are very complex if we go into depth, so we don't need this. Yeah. And months, and we won't be start to program also. We won't be able to program also. We haven't started doing stuff. And if we start going depth into these things, we won't be able to start programming. So yeah, we'll just continue with JRE. JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment, right? It is also written as Java RT, right? The Java Runtime Environment. Yeah, so RT means runtime environment. RTE, run runtime environment is a set of software tools that are used for developing Java applications. It is used to provide the runtime environment. It is the implementation of JVM. It physically exists. It contains a set of libraries plus other files that JVM uses at runtime. So JRE, yeah. So what it contains is basically what Java virtual machine uses during its runtime environment, like when it is executing the code. So JRE is basically the outer box which contains JVM and set of libraries and other files which actually JVM uses while it is executing some code. Got it? Yeah. So we'll talk about JDK. This isn't very tough, I guess. Was easy, right? So also the implementation of JVM is also actively. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah. So see, what is this? So JRE work with JVM, right? So Java runtime environment, Java virtual machine. So this is JVM. There are some library classes and some development tools that this whole thing is called Java runtime environment, right? Should we should we read this? Okay, we can read this. So first, what is the runtime, right? We'll just talk about it a little bit. Once you write this program, you have to save it with Java extension, right? Compile your program. The output of the Java compiler is a bytecode which is platform independent, right? So basic thing is Java code is the platform independent code. Got it? After compiling the, yeah, so bytecode is the platform independent thing. After compiling, the compiler generates a class file which has the bytecode. So the bytecode, I have already shown you what is the class file, right? So that is basically the bytecode. The bytecode is platform independent and run on any device using having the JRE. From here, the work of JRE begins. To run any Java program, you need JRE. The flow of the bytecode to run is as follows. So this is how the Java. So after converting to the bytecode, then uh, the JRE handles the uh, next part, right? So the class loader. So first of all, it goes to the class loader. What the class loader does at this step, the class loader loads various classes which are essential for running this program. The loader dynamically loads the classes in the, yeah. So the class loader dynamically loads the classes in the Java virtual machine. So um, the loader. So the loader is responsible for loader is responsible for bringing the basic libraries from the library classes, right? Like the classes from the library classes, right? When the JVM is started, three class loaders are used: Bootstrap class loader, extension class loader, system class loader. We don't have to talk about this, but the main the mota thing that we have to remember is like we have to the loader is responsible for bringing classes from libraries to the Java virtual machine, right? Yeah. So bytecode verifier. Bytecode verifier can be considered as a gatekeeper. It verifies the bytecode so that the code doesn't make any sort of disturbance for the interpreter. The code is allowed to be interpreted only when it passes the test of the bytecode verifier, which checks the format and check for illegal code. Got it? So it will just check for any kind kind of, yes. Okay. So after it is done, so before it reaches the interpreter, it goes through some checks which is checked by the bytecode verifier, and it will check that whether uh, it creates a problem or not. Got it? After it is done checking, so first it is uh, so first what we have learned, that class loader will load the class files from the library classes to the Java virtual machine, and then bytecode verifier will check whether there is any error in the code. Then after that it will be given to the interpreter. After if it is like checked and if there is no error, then it will be given to the interpreter. Once the classes get loaded and the code gets verified, then interpreter reads the assembly code line by line and does the following two functions: execute the bytecode, make appropriate calls to the underlying hardware. In this, the program runs in JRE. Got it? Is there any problem here? Yeah. We'll just go to the JDK. So JDK is an acronym for Java Development Kit, right? The Java development, yeah, whatever. Yeah, so Java Development Kit is a software development environment that is used to develop Java application and applets. And what do you mean by applets? Let's just uh, have a brief. Applet is a special type of program that is embedded in the web page to generate the dynamic content. It runs inside the browser and works at client side. Client side meaning when we are trying to uh, let's just be like any like monkeytype.com, right? This is the client side. What? Not applet, but I'll tell you about it. So this is the client side. Basically this is the client side, and server side is basically a particular uh, program which is communicating with the database, that is server side. This is the client side. This is basically given to the user, so the user can interact with it. So user can type here, right? User can type here, and user can refresh here, user can show his dashboard and things like that. So basically we can make like designs with this Java applet. We can make websites with this Java applets, but the client side. Got it? Yeah. There are many advantages of applet. There are as follows. It works at client side, so less response time. Secured. It can be executed by browsers running under many platforms, including Linux, Windows, macOS, etc. Right? We don't have to go much depth in it. But if you want to learn about applets, if you want to design some websites, you can go with it. Got it? You can learn it basically. After learning core Java, you can basically learn applets and it will be fine. Okay. So basically, yeah, yep. So it is also used for developing websites. Applet is basically one of them. So you can use for Java applications also, applets for websites. You can do everything with Java. Got it? So it physically exists. It contains JRE plus development tools. Got it? So basic thing is this JDK contains this JRE. Got it? So JVM contains basically JVM is the Java virtual machine, which is basically provides a runtime environment for the Java bytecode. Got it? And JRE is basically the outer box which contains JVM and the class files, right? Another, not things, but library classes, right? Some library classes which will, yeah, right. Yep. JDK is the whole package, so it contains everything and some extra things like the development tools, Java C. So basic thing which is required for Java compilation and all. Got it? Like how to create the. I'll tell you about it when we read this. So it basically exists. So JDK is an implementation of any of the below given Java platform released by Oracle Corporation. Standard edition Java platform, enterprise edition Java platform, micro edition Java platform, right? So this is basically the implementation of the Java platforms. It is just the name. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. The JDK contains a private Java virtual machine JVM. Okay, so this is a private JVM and a few other resources such as interpreter, loader, a compiler, an achiever, a documentation generator. So the JDK contains JRE, right? And with that it contains some development tools. Got it? What is the development tools? Such as an interpreter loader, Java. So Java is basically interpreter loader, right? So this is a command. You can actually run this on your computer to compile Java programs. I will also show you that after some times. Okay. Uh, one way is to download an IDE like this, like VS Code, like BlueJ, like IntelliJ, and run from here. And you can run a program by just simply clicking on a button. Another way is to write on command line or the terminal, right? So you can go there and write some commands, uh, compile the code, and from there you can just have a basic uh, Java file which you can then run. Got it? Like the class file which you can then run, and after running you will get your desired output. Got it? I will show you that. I will also show you that how um, people used to before compile Java code. Got it? So a compiler and archiver. So JAR was at archiver. Sorry, a documentation generator, Java doc, to complete the development of a Java application. Got it? So these are the some differences between all of these things. Let's just go through this once. Java development kit, right? JDK means Java development kit, is a software development kit used to develop Java applications. Java runtime environment is a software package that provides Java virtual machine, class libraries, and other components to run applications in Java. Whereas Java virtual machine is an abstract machine that provides an environment for the execution of Java bytecode. Got it? Functions provide tools for developing Java application. It includes compiler, Java-C, JRE, and debugging tools. Got it? So like the compiler, so Java-C is the compiler, JRE is the Java runtime environment. So basically JDK contains all of the things, right? It provides an environment for executing Java application. It includes JVM libraries. These are just the things that we have talked about, right? So the main thing is JDK is equals to JRE plus development tools. Got it? JRE equals to JVM plus class libraries. You have to just remember this thing. This is very important, and this is actually very important. JVM equals to provides the runtime environment. Got it? So many a times you will just forget about it because JRE stands for Java runtime environment, and you might think that okay, JRE will provide a runtime environment to the actual code, but it is not the same. JVM provides it. JRE provides the Java virtual machine, which is actually responsible for providing a runtime environment, and to that it provides class libraries, which is also important. Got it? Did you understand this? Yeah. Let's just talk about Java variables. A variable is a container which holds the value while the Java program is executed. Yeah. A variable is a container which holds the value while the Java program is executed, right? A variable is assigned with a data type. Variable is a name for memory location. There are three types of variable: local, instance, and static. Okay. Yeah. Local, instance, and static. Got it? There are two types of data types in Java: primitive and non-primitive. Yep. So primitives are the ones that are stored in the stack, and non-primitives are the one that is stored in the heap. Got it? Right. So variable, I'll tell you about it. Don't worry. A variable is the name of a reserved area located in memory. In other words, it is the name of the memory location. It is a combination of variable, which means its value can be changed. Right? Vary means what? So vary means difference. Like there can be a difference. Different, yeah. And able is basically it can change, right? It can do it. Like it is like I am able to do it. Like I can change. I will do it, right? Yeah. So reserved area, and this is in the RAM. Got it? So types of variable. Let's just go through this. Local variable, instance variable, and static variable. What are these things? Local variable. A variable declared inside the body of the method is called local variable. You can use this variable only within that method, and the other method in the class aren't even aware that the variable exists. What do you mean by it? Like, uh, yeah, like let's say, do you know about methods? Yeah. So let's just say that don't have to think about methods. First of all, don't think about this ch char ch. Okay, so if you try to access this ch here, will you be able to do it? if i if I try to print ch here, will I be able to do it? No, because this is scoped, right? A variable has scopes, so like this is local scoped, this variable is local scoped, this is only this, yes, this is only inside this mm, brackets, this scope. So this, if you declare a variable inside a scope, that variable cannot go beyond that scope. So char ch has no existence here or here. Got it? It is inside the scope. So whenever I try to print here, that see, here we are getting some error. What is the error? See, it is telling me that create a local variable ch. The compiler wants me to create a variable ch because there is no variable ch. There is the variable ch. Yeah, there is a variable ch. Yes, so there is a variable ch here, but not here. Like outside there is no ch. So for that reason only, I have I have used char ch here also and here also, and it doesn't give me any problem. Otherwise, if we have two variables with same name, there will be an error, right? Yeah. So this is that local variable which has some scope defined to it, so it cannot go beyond that particular scope. Got it? Got it? Is it clear? Yeah. So another is instance variable. What is instance variable? A variable declared inside the class but outside the body of the method is called an instance variable. It is not declared as static. It is called an instance variable because its value is instance specific and is not shared among instances. What do you mean by it? So let's say we have a class, right? Let's say we have a class. So let me create a class here. So class, let's say animals. Can we do that? And we can be like int eyes, it contains the number of eyes. Int nose, it contains the number of nose. Int ears, contains the number of ears. So these are called basically instance variables. Got it? So these are called instance variables. And any object you create, so like if I create an object of this class, let's say we are creating an object here. So creating objects of the animal class. So animals, yeah, animals, I've created animals class, right? So let's just, yeah, so dog equals to new animals, right? And let's just do this, like we have to make a constructor here. Do you know about constructor? Okay, okay, we don't have to talk about constructor. We can simply do like ears, or just be the eyes, nose and ears, right? Eyes, let's say 2, dog nose, let's say 1, and dog ears, let's say 2, right? Is that right? We can simply do like, we can create another object here with cat, or let's say just spider. Okay, like I don't know if they contains nose, but let's say they have ears also. I don't know, I don't think they have ears, but yeah, let's just say they have 2 ears, right? Yeah, whatever it is. So uh, these variables, right? So these variables and these variables, are they same? Even though their names are same, but are they same? Exactly. So a particular variable in animals, like what are these called? Instance variables. What do you mean by instance? Instance means object variables. Instance is basically object. So these are objects, right? Spider, dog, these are objects. And anything that is so like dog has his own eyes, dog has his own nose, dog has his own ears. Am I right? So dogs, yeah, so like dog's eyes are not equals to spider eyes. That is so simple. The dog eyes are different from spider's eyes. And that is how we are talking about these instance variables. A particular variable, this instance, not not true, not universal, but all of the, yes. So every class, every objects of this particular class can use these variables, but every variables will be different. Every variable's value will be different. Got it? The type will be same. So every variable's type will be same. All of this type, data type will be int, but the values will change. Like this value, you cannot share it with another object. Got it? For like, just we have talked about this. So dog's eyes are not equals to spider's eyes. So you cannot say that dog's eyes are the same as the spider's eyes, though they both have eyes because they belong to the same class, that is animals. They are both animals, so they should have some eyes, nose, and ears. But the values, the values are not equal, right? Got it? And what do you mean by variables? Variables are something that can change. So if I know that dog, basically dog has eyes, like all the animals has two eyes, and there will be no such animals which has more eyes, then I would have already given this 2 in this particular variable, right? So I can make this like constant int eyes equals to 2, and it won't change. Got it? So variables, so these are called basically instance variables because they can change and they belong to some instance. Instance is basically objects. Are you clear with this? Yeah. So let's just talk about static variable. This is another thing which is very like uh, very important and also like very interesting. So a variable that is declared as static is called a static variable. It cannot be local. You can create a single copy of the static variable and share it among all the instances of the class. Memory allocation for static variables happens only once and when the class is loaded in the memory. So let's just say about this. So let's have this example. So uh, let's think about so um, let's tell me a particular thing that every animal do. What is a particular thing that every animal do or every animal have? No, but I'm talking about a particular thing that every animal does have, do have. No, no, that is that you are talking about some particular task they do. Yeah, but they have in common. Like they'll obviously have some uh, uh, yeah, but I think, but I'm for sure that every animal will have a heart, right? So let's say that uh, let's just say that a particular animal has some heart, right? Right? Every animal will have a heart. Is that right? But but why do you want to make heart for thousands or lakh of instances, objects? So let's say you have a program and you have created thousands of animal objects. So there is dog and other animals, and you have created thousands of animals for every animal. Yeah, so for every animals, yeah, like it will be created, not loaded, it will be created. Yeah, so it will be created, but we don't want that, right? We want just one heart. Yeah, 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 that, yeah, yep, yep, yep. A better example would be to, A better example would be to create a bank account. Why? Let me, like, there is a bank, right? Like, let's say you have a Bank, right? Bank. Okay, so you have a Bank. Yeah. So int account counts. Okay, you have this variable and it is initialized to 0, right? And whenever someone creates any particular bank account, like a particular bank account, then I want this particular bank account to increase. I want this particular bank account to increase. Got it? So I will firstly make it static, because every time I want to have this count, right? So what I can do here is, we can make a constructor. So a constructor, this is constructor. So what is constructor? So constructor is this, like a method which is called only once at the time of the object creation. So it is started with the class name and we create this parenthesis. Okay, and yeah, it is method. Functions, no functions, it is a method. So what we can do here is, like, we can be like, whenever there is a account created, so we can be like, okay, just account plus plus. So you can be like account counts plus plus. Got it? So every time there is a account created, the account counts will increase. Got it? And we will just have one basic method which will display the basic uh, account counts. Got it? So we can be like is out and account counts. Got it? Okay, so we don't have animals here. Okay, we'll just I think we'll just make animals later. Okay, so what you can do here is, like, Bank, and did you get this part? Like, this is a constructor. A constructor is only called when there is an object created. So we'll just comment it out. Okay, because we don't have animals and it will basically give us errors. So let's just say we have so only created ones, created and loaded ones, and it will be shared with every bank account. Got it? So let's just say there is a bank account with the name Tatai. Got it? And there is new Bank. Got it? And I have just talked about that we can make multiple objects, right? We can be like, okay, let's just make a name for me also, Sappy and Devanjon. So after these 3 accounts are created, what should be this account counts? How many accounts are created? What do you think? Yes, this is the constructor. So this, not really. A constructor is basically used to do many things. Like, the main work of constructor is actually not this, but what not really. I'm just telling you that with every creation of this with every object creation for this class account, for this Bank account, every time it will be called. Got it? Like, every time yes, like, whenever you write this, right, whenever you create an object, for this object this will be called once, for this object it will be called once, for this object it will be called once, and it will be called for 3 times whenever you will create an object. Got it? Now What do you think after 3 times what should be the class variables, like the static variables uh, value? What do you think? It should be 3, right? And as the particular class, as the uno bank is there, and it is basically this variable basically belongs to this class, right? This variable is not instance variable, this is static variable, and static variable is basically created by class, isn't it? So uno bank has static variable account counts. So what, how can we show account counts? How can you do that? You can be like, okay, let's just uh, print this display method, right? So Debanjan, after Debanjan is created, let's just display. Okay, why is it giving error? Okay, we don't have to print 2 times because we are already printing here, so we are just double printing it. We can be like Debanjan dot display, right? And we can be like sorry, so we can be like okay, tatai dot display, happy dot display, and we can just, no, 1 2 3. Why is it 1 2 3? After tata is created, this variable changes to 1, right? After this is created, this uno bank, what is this? You are just calling the constructor here, isn't it? New uno bank, this is basically this, and you are just calling this. Whenever you're creating a constructor, you are just calling this. So after you are done calling this, account plus plus will result to 1. This will be 1, right? And it will be shared among all the things, all the classes, all the objects. So this tatai will store, not tatai, this class, this uno bank will store that, okay, this account counts will be increased to 1 now, so it is 1. After that, after sappy is done, it is 2. After devanjan is done, it is 3. But let's just see, when we try to make it only int, when we just try to make it local variable, sorry, instance variable, what should be the answer? Tell me, what should be the answer? Not, no, no, exactly. For each time it will show 1. Each time it will show 1. For every, yes, you are you are very right. You are very right. Exactly. Exactly. So for every particular objects, it will create 3 accounts. Got it? So when it is static, it is shared among multiple objects. But when it is not static, like when it is instance variable, it is not shared. So for every object, they will create account counts. So do you get that? So to count the number of total objects, you have to obviously make this static, and after that only you will be able to count all of this thing. So you can be like, okay, I have already made 3 accounts, and now I want to count how many accounts are there. So you'll be like, okay, you have 3. Got it? Kind of, but we'll try to understand that later. Okay? Yeah. So what we can do is like, okay, let's say we don't have this display method, because for some reason we don't have this display method, and what we are trying to do here is like, okay, uh, since this particular static account, static int account, this static variable doesn't belong to any object, how do you, how are you calling with objects then? How are you displaying it with objects? Are you understanding what I'm saying? This is basically belonging to this class, and you are just using Tatai, Devanjan, and Sappy to access this account. That is not right, right? Right? That is not the right way. what we want to do is like we want to know it universally. This is you were talking about universal variable. This is universal variable first of all. Okay, so we want to know that universally inside the UNO bank how many total accounts are created. We want to know this, and the only way we can do this, the better way we can do is like s out. First of all, we can be like, okay, just print the system.out.print. We can print. What do we want to print? We want to print the account counts, right? And account counts obviously, but now there is no account count because this is local scoped, right? This is basically it inside UNO bank, and you have to give the reference. So how to give that reference? You have to give the class reference because this account count belongs to this class, not objects. So you will be like, okay, you will be like, you will be simply like, okay, just give the UNO bank and dot, and you are good to go. You will just run this program and it will run fine. Got it? So you are just you have just made a bank account, a mini bank account that is working and counting all the bank accounts that are made, all the total number of bank accounts that are made. Okay, got it? So I'll give you a program where you will have to write a bank account where user can come and they will be able to create account, deposit, withdraw. User can see how many of the bank accounts are there and things like this. And you have to use static. Okay, you have to static in there. Now you know how to use static. Yeah, this, yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, did you understand all of the three variables? So first is local. Local is basically inside the scopes, right? The second bracket, uh, if there is any variable that you have declared in the second bracket, it's basically it won't go out of scope, right? You cannot access it. Yeah, its area is bounded, so it cannot go out of the scope. Then instance variables are nothing but the variables that are inside a class. Got it? And static variables, you know, I've just gave you an example, a good example with the bank account, right? Okay, so after that we'll go to this uh, uh, data types in Java, right? There are two types of yeah, data types in Java and data types. There are two types of data types. One is primitive data types. Hello? Yeah, so there are two types of data types, right? One is primitive data types and one is non-primitive data types. What do you mean by primitive data types? The primitive data types include boolean, char, byte, short, int, long, float, double, right? These are the primitive data types. And what are non-primitive data types? Classes, interfaces. What contains single values? Not really. It can have multiple values. No, you are not right about that. Not single values. I will tell you the difference. Okay, don't worry. I will. No, not really. This is not in user interfaces. This is another thing. I will talk about it. Okay. So not really. The non-primitive data type includes classes, interfaces, string, arrays. This is not user interface, by the way. There are interfaces which acts, which basically have some meaning to it. I will make you understand about it. Don't worry. So these are the all the things. So primitive data types are non-primitive data types are classes, string, arrays, objects, interfaces, and Java primitive data types are a hell lot of things. So integer has byte, short, int, long, floating point has float, double. Non-numeric types are there like boolean, char. Got it? Yeah. So there are things. Should I talk about this, or you know all of this? Yeah, we will talk about this. So first of all, class, you know that class is non-primitive data type, right? Yeah. So basically, class is nothing but yes, it is a data type and it is a non-primitive data type. So a class contains primitive data types. So a class will contain a class may contain primitive data types and also may contain another class in it. So there can be a nested class, like you have defined two class. Yeah, what we are trying, like, yeah. So this is day two, right? This is class day two, and we have Uno bank inside it, isn't it? This is day two class, and there is Uno bank inside it. So it is basically accessible. So it is acceptable in Java. We can have another class inside another class. We have just saw that. This is data type, right? This, yeah. So see. This is day two, right? This is what is this? This is a data type, right? This is a data type. And if you can write int a equals to 4 or int a, you can, if you can write this, why don't you think that you can also write this? You can totally like this, like day 2 uh, b, you can totally write this. There is nothing wrong in it. This is data type, this is another class, and that variable name is b, right? We'll talk about it later, don't worry. If you don't understand, it is not a problem. I am just talking about this, that if you can write int a, why not day 2 b? But class is nothing but a data type, right? If you are writing int a, int is a data type there, you can also write another class name, something variable name, and it will be okay. Why are you differentiating between a class and any other data type? Both of the things are same. The class is basically a user defined data type. Basically you are designing it, so you can put thousands of data types in this, and you can be like, okay, this is a class. Got it? No problem here. Interfaces are another important non-primitive data type in Java. An interface defines a contract for what a class implementing the interface must provide, with specifying how it should be implemented. Interfaces are used to achieve abstraction and multiple inheritance in Java. So these are the things that we have to see later on, because you won't understand it right now. There are multiple things. There are polymorphism, inheritance, uh, actually inheritance. So inheritance is main. Without inheritance you won't be able to understand interface. I will make you understand interface, but this is an important thing in Java. It is widely used. So other than that, you know arrays. Do you know arrays? Yeah. So the arrays are basically non-primitive data type. Okay. There is string. String is also non-primitive data type. In Java, a string is a sequence of characters. In simple words, we can define a string as an array of characters. Isn't it? I've told you about it, that string is nothing but array of characters. The difference between a character array and a string in Java is that string is designed to hold a sequence of characters in a single variable, whereas a character array is a collection of separate char type entities. Note that unlike C++, Java strings are not terminated with a null character. This is not important because you don't know C++. So until this, did you understand that? Okay, there are two types of, so there can be two types where like you can declare strings in two possible ways. So first possible way is this, that we already do. So string a is equals to name of the string. Another way is string str equals to new string Austria. You can also do like this. Okay, so this is basically primitive, and this is basically object, like non-primitive. Okay, this is object creation, right? So you declare object like this, right? So this is basically stored, this str basically, this Austria basically stores is stored in object like heap, okay, and in this will be stored in constant pool, string constant pool. I will talk about string in a later video where we will be talking about string only, okay. Okay, there is enum. Okay, so arrays are a fundamental non-primitive data types in Java that allows you to store multiple values of the same type in a single variable. So you cannot have one Shaptadip float, okay, you cannot do that. You will be storing, you will be firstly declaring the data type, and then you have to specify third bracket open close to specify that okay, this variable is array, this variable is of array, and you will have to open second bracket and put elements into it. Got it? Which is specified when the array is carried. It is just yeah, it the third bracket is specifying, is for specifying that it is array. So you can also write string here, you can also write float here, you can also write a class here, double here, class also, because class is a data type, right? Yeah. So arrays are commonly used to store list of values or to represent matrices and other multidimensional data structures. Got it? So arrays are basically used to represent matrices.
By double dimensional.
Yeah, double dimensional. Got it? Matrix are something stored in row and column.
One.
Oh my god. Matrices. This is matrix. Like you store 103, 216, 140 like row and column. So row has so there are 3 rows and there are 3 columns. So this is a matrix. Not heap. What heap? No heap. This is just storing numbers in row and column. So if you write a number like 103216140, if you write like this and you store and if you try to store it like this, you will use a array to store like this. Okay, got it? We'll talk about it. Don't worry. Okay, there is enum also. Java also includes other non-primitive data types such as enums and collections. Enums are used to define a set of named constants, providing a way to represent a fixed set of values. Collections are a framework of classes and interfaces that provide dynamic data. Okay, so mainly let's just say that enum grade has first, second, third. So these values are constant. Got it? So let's just say that you have already like let's just say that you have some value, right? So let's just say there are like math.pi has fixed value, and there must be some also other things that have some fixed value in it, like the gravity, the gravitational pull or whatever that is. So yeah, so 9.8, right? So that is constant, and all the other constant values you can put inside a enum, and you can just store the value of it and it will be stored. Got it? So enum is basically used to store constants in the constants in the variables. But in the real life situation, you don't use enum as much. You will just use some class only. Okay?
Constant.
Yeah, it will be like constant and will be
Constant is equal to 5.
yeah. You can do that.
Like multiple.
Yeah.
Or like multiple.
Yeah, you can take enum there. Yep. Why char uses 2 bytes in Java? And what is slash / u 40? It is Unicode, right? Yes, it is because Java uses the Unicode system. Yep. What is it? It is because Java uses the Unicode system, not the ASCII code system. The /u0000 is the lowest range of the Unicode system. To get a detailed explanation of Unicode, visit the next page. Okay, so we don't have to go to the next page. We don't have to talk about Unicode as such, but let's just have a little talk about Unicode. What is Unicode and how it is? We don't have to go in depth, but computer system internally store data in binary representation. A character is stored using a combination of zeros and ones. The process is called encoding. A character encoding scheme is important because it helps to represent the same information on multiple types of device, right? So there are multiple types of encoding. ASCII is there, ISO is there, COI is there, used for Russian, GB18030, base64 binary to text encoding, and there are some many things. There are more actually. In every language, different letters are present, and the code assigned to every letter is also different, which means multiple languages have multiple codes for various letters. Okay. Certain languages have many character sets. The code assigned to each character may vary in terms of length. For example, some characters can be encoded with a single byte, other might require 2 or more bytes. Not that important, but we have to talk about this. Unicode system is an international character encoding technique that can represent most of the languages around the world. Okay, Unicode system is established by Unicode Consortium. Hexadecimal values are used to represent Unicode characters. There are multiple Unicode transformation bytes, UTF-8, UTF-16, UTF-32, and more. Got it? So you can be like /u0041. Okay, this is the basically ASCII value of that. Sorry, Unicode value of that for character A, capital A. So you will be storing it in A, and if you are trying to print it, A will get printed. Got it? Nothing too fancy in it. Okay, so there is Java operators, there are arithmetic operators, there are logical operators, unary operators, ternary, relational, bitwise, assignment, shift operators. We'll quickly see what these things are. Unary means unary plus operator indicates positive values, numbers which are positive without this. However, right. This is given, right? Yeah, this is given. Yeah, unary operands are used to perform various operations, incrementing, decrementing a value by 1, negating an expression and inverting the value of a boolean. Observe the following table. So plus is there, minus is there. So this is basically if you are giving it before an element, then it is okay. If you are giving this in the middle of an element, in middle of two elements, then it will not be an unary. Got it? Yeah, right. So let's just talk about that. So unary is done, unary minus you have understood. These are basically the before thing. So logical complement operator. So this is a not operator. So if there is true, it will make it false. It will just reverse the thing. Okay. Yeah, it is a logical operator. The door unary, it is basically unary, right? So you cannot give it to a particular give it to two elements at once. You can just give it to a particular single operand.
Not equals to b, like that.
That is different. That is binary operator. This is only single thing. This will just reverse the whole thing. The not operator is used to convert a boolean value. In other words, it is used to reverse the logical state of an operand. So if you let's say if you have any condition that is true, and if you want to make it false, then you can give this particular operator at the beginning, and it will just be false. Got it? And if it is false, then it will be true. Got it? Yes. Do you want one example? Let's just say int I, let's just say int prime equals to 7, right? And if you are checking here that if not prime, like if the number is not prime, then you want to do something. Got it? So let's just say that if it is not prime, so like let's just say that you have found you have just you have 7 and that is prime, right? So it will be true. right? And you want to check that if it is prime, then you don't want to do anything, but if it is not prime, then you want to do anything. Then it will be like, okay, this exclamation prime, that means if not prime, then this condition will be called. So if prime equals to true, that means okay, prime is true, okay, it will just convert it and make it false, and if it will be false, then only this particular execute. Okay, so like for example, for this prime equals to true, will it get called? No, it will only be called when this is false, right?
Reversed.
Yeah, it will just reverse it. So basically if it is false here, it will make it true, and if true, then this condition will be called, and if this is true, it will just make this true as false, so this condition will not be called. So let's just see, the number is not prime. Let's just see, nothing prints because the number is prime. Let's just say it is false, the number is not prime. Did you get it, Tadai? Yes. So increment, decrement, there are post increment, pre increment, post decrement, pre decrement. I hope everybody knows it. Yeah, yes, and post decrement is basically first. Yep. Okay, Java arithmetic operators, I don't have to tell about this, you already know about it. Okay, Java shift operators, not really. So left shift operand, right shift operand, unshift, right shift operand. So let's just say 10, 10 and 2, right? So what is the binary representation of 10? Can you do it? Like, what is the binary representation of 10? 10, what is the binary representation of 10? This is decimal representation of 10, right? So what is 10? 10 is basically decimal representation. Whatever we write in the numeric form, that is basically decimal representation. 15, 17, and that are just decimal representation. Is that right? 1, 0, 0, 0. Let's just check. So first it's 2.20, 21, 22, 23. Is to convert from binary to decimal, we do this, right, Tatai? Yeah, you have to remember this. It is important, right? Computer is basically zeros and ones. So let's just do it once. So like we have 1,000, and first at this value we'll have to start from this. So this is 20, this is 21, this is 22, this is 23. So 23. So wherever there is 1, we'll have to calculate the value of 2 to the power something, that. Got it? So 2 to the power 0 is 0. So we don't have anything. So let's just start from here. So 2 to the power 3 is 2 to the power 3 is 8. What is 2 to the power 3 is 8. As it is 1, we will count. There is no 1 in here. This is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So we won't count anything. So the answer is 8. But we don't want 8, we want 10. So how can we make it 10? We can add 2. We have to add 2 in it, right? So what we have to do here is remove this 0, add 1 to it, and this will be like 2 to the power 2. Sorry, not here. 2 to the power 2 is 4. We want this, right? So we will be like add 1 here, and we'll be having, okay, 2 to the power 2, but here it is 0, so it will be 0. 2 to the power 1, so here it is 2 to the power 1 is basically 2, and lastly there is 0. So basically we get 10. Got it?
Binary one.
So this is the binary representation of 10. It is like 1, 0, 1, 0. This is the binary representation of 10. Got it? If you start here, firstly, what is 0? 0, 0? 0 is 0. Nothing in 0. What is 1? 0 1 is 1. Let's just check 1. So 1 is 2 to the power, so 2 to the power 0 is 0, that is this. 2 to the power 1 is 2 to the power 0. If it is 1, then 2 to the power 0 is 1 basically, right? This is the binary representation of 0 1, like not 0 1, it you can write 1 also. Okay, so if we want 2, right Tatai, if we want 2 here, how can we have 2? Yeah, like if we want 2, so after this will be like 2, right? So what we want, like for decimal representation, for binary representation of 2, we want, firstly there is 2 to the power 0, and this is 2 to the power 1, then 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 4 3, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 5. This is important, you have to do this. Okay, so this is if you convert this to 1, you will have 1. Okay, so if you convert this to 1, you will get 2. We have got 2, but you have already converted it to 1, so it will be 2 plus 1 3, isn't it? So you have to make it 0. You have to make it 0. So after making it 0, it will be like 1 and 0, which one, this 0th position will contain this 0, and this 2 to the power 1 will be 2. And if we want to have 3, how, what we can write here? This 1 1. Like for 4, this is 2 to the power 2. So basically 4 is basically 100. Yes. And let's say for 5, 110. 6, do you, right? Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So it will be like 1. Nice catch. Yeah. So for 6, yes, 110. And for 7, 111. Yes, and it will go on. So we have just known that we have just uh, converted it to binary digit, right? So now basic, this is basically left shift operator, and this is basically right shift operator. So left shift will shift all of the elements by 1. So it will be like, let's just say we have 10. So what is the binary representation of 10? Binary representation of 10? 1
1 0 1 0.
1 0 1 0. Is it? Yes. So it will shift by 1. So what you have to do, like what will, yes, it will be like 0 0 1 0. Got it? Left shift by 2. If it is 2, then there will be like 2 digits will shift. There will be like 2 digits that will shift. So what are you doing? You are doing like left shift, right? Left shift by 2. Left shift. Yes. So like take, so like it will have like 1 0 1 0, and there will be like 2 zeros here, isn't it? So 2 0 2 1 2 2 2 3 2 4 2 5. What is 2 5? 32 plus 2 2s are 8. What is this? 40? Is it 40? That is the answer. See, it shifts it shifts it shifts the binary digits. Yes. And for like, if you have uh, right shift, then it will shift right. Got it? So let's just do this also. So let's just 1 0 1 0, and let's just shift by 2 places. So first of all, after shifting, what will it be? Like 0 1 0 1, then again shift 0 0 1 0, right? So it will be basically 2 shifting, right? You are taking zeros here, and it after here this one will be gone. You are deleting basically. You are firstly deleting this element. So firstly you are deleting this element. So this element you are deleting. Then one then one is there, right? So one you are deleting. So it will be like 0 0 1 0, because these two places will be replaced by 0. Got it? And this will be actually by left shift increases, right? So it will be 2. We have just made it. It is 2. Got it? Yeah. This is unshift shift. That is not important that much. There is some parity and non-parity bits. So MS. Okay. So Java relation operators: less than, less than, greater than, less than equals to, greater than equals to, equals to equals to, equals to equals to, not equals to. You know that? Do you know about not equals to? Yeah. I don't have to talk about it. Okay. So Java bitwise operators. Bitwise OR. What does bitwise OR does? Yeah, bitwise, bitwise. Do you know about it, or should I explain it? Oh, okay. So there was a there is a bitwise table, right? So let's just watch bitwise table. So this is bitwise table, right? Okay. So we'll talk about bitwise table. Okay. So these are the same things that is there. All the things are there. Okay. This is a truth table. We call it truth table. Okay. So whenever, yes, truth table. So whenever there are two elements, so first element, if the first element is 0 and the second element is 0, then if we perform AND operation and bitwise AND, if we perform bitwise AND, it will be 0. Got it? So let's just think this by um, taking Boolean variable. So let's say we have Boolean. So 0 is basically, let's say, just below 0 is like false. Okay. And let's just write it. Oh my god, what happened? It's so small. Yeah, I'll have to make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, can you see? Yeah. So let's just say Boolean a equals to true, right? Or Boolean x equals to true. Can we write it? And Boolean y equals to true also. Oh, there is 0, right? So let's just make it false, because 0 means false, and true is basically any number that is not 0, that is true. Okay, even if it is minus, then it will be also considered as true. Sirf 0 is considered as false. Okay, so let's just, we have this, and if we do it like s and y, the answer will be false only. Got it? And if 0 and 1 is there, then it is also be false. So like for example, x, if y equals to true, false and true, if it will perform AND operation, it will be also false. Got it? Both have to be same. Only when both are same, like this is also same, this is also same, then only it will be true. Got it? Did you get it? Did you get it? Yes. So the normal AND thing, that the both thing will be true. If the both thing is true, then only we will get true here. The normal logical AND, the two AND that you write, that is the same as this thing, but for values which are zeros and ones. Got it? Yes. So this is just bar, or you call it or, isn't it? That is the same thing. So yeah, so that is the same thing here. So 0 0 0 0 1, this one, the upward symbol. So this is called XOR. This is called XOR. Okay. Yes, bitwise XOR. Okay. So this is called bitwise XOR. XOR. So basically XOR means whenever there will be um, different elements, you will be getting true, otherwise you will be getting false. So if this is false false, the answer will be false. If this is true and true, the answer will be false. Only when this and this is different, you will get true. Huh? Poles. Yeah, you can think about it like poles. Okay, so like uh, opposite pairs attracts and negative pairs repels. Okay, and the last element is bitwise complement. Yes. So basically 0 0 0 0, basically you will just you need to basically complement this thing. So like 0 and 0 will be 1. Okay, and 0 and 1 will be 1. 1 and 0 will be 0, and 1 and 1 will be, and lastly 1 and 1 will be 0. Okay. It is telling that it makes every bit 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. Got it? Okay, I'll give you an example. Yeah, I'll give you an example. So binary representation of 0 1 0 1 is what? Binary representation of 0 1 and 0 and 1 0. Binary representation of 5 is what? 0 1 0 1. It will just reverse this. So it will firstly, it has some working to it basically. So it will firstly make 1 0 1 0. Okay, which is basically 10, right? The compiler will give 2's complement of the number, which is -6. So another 1 will be added to it basically. So 2's complement is basically it will add another 1 to this particular whole thing, and then the resultant thing will be the bitwise complement actually. So it is a lengthy process. I don't think you will be needing this anytime soon, but you just remember this thing, that there is something like bitwise complement. This is the symbol. Okay, this tilde sign, this is called tilde sign. Yes. Okay. CILDE, tilde. Okay, do you know about ternary operator? Yeah. So I'm just skipping it. Okay, these are the assignment operator. First of all, single assignment operator, compound assignment operator. So this is equal to, and this is, yeah, this is the shorthand of something plus something equals to something plus.
Right side.
Yes, yes. So this is another thing. This is the star equals to. This is just divide. Yeah, division equals to. This is mod equals to.
A plus B. That it will be same like A plus equals to.
Yeah, that is the same thing. Okay, adding short. In this example, we have used the compound operator plus equal to. Similarly, we can do for the other compound operators. So short A equals to 10, short B equals to 10. So a plus equals to b, a equals to a plus b internally, so fine, it is because implicitly typecasting has occurred. So equals to a plus b, compile time error, because 10 plus 10 equals to 20. Now int, and int cannot be assigned to a short without typecast. Got it? So when you are adding two elements, a plus b, 10 plus 10 is 20, right? So after it is converted to 20, the value is basically int, and you cannot store int into short, right? Short is basically 2 bytes and int is 4 bytes, isn't it? So basically, so there will be a error here. So when you will do a equals to a plus b, it will give an error, because this is converted to int data type and you are storing it inside a short variable, but short is much smaller than int variable, so it will throw an error. So if you want to store it, you have to typecast it. You will have to write int here at the beginning. You have to write bracket open int and then close and then a plus b. Then you will be able to, sorry, int not byte, sorry, short. You have to write short to store it into the a. You have to write short. So bracket open short and then bracket close and then this expression a plus b. Then the program will be fine. Otherwise, this will lead to compile time error. Got it? See what I was talking about. They did that. So there are some operator precedence. Okay. So uh, you know the mathematical rule, Bodmash. That is the same thing followed here. So if there is an expression which has multiple things in it, like plus, minus, divide, multiplication, and all of the things, then Bodmash rule will be followed. Got it?
Wow.
And let's say so like division and multiplication have the same precedence, right? So division and multiplication have the same precedence. So see here, star, slash, and mod has same precedence, so they are treated as the same thing. Okay. So whenever they will be basically called, so whenever they will be they will be in a single expression, then associativity will be followed. Okay. Associativity is basically from left to right or right to left. Got it? Like for an expression, if you are trying to do it, if the associativity is left to right, then from the left it will execute if the precedence is same. So for example, there is an expression star, slash, and divide in a single expression. Okay, so like 2 into 3 divide 4 mod 5, then the associativity that will be followed is left to right. Got it? But for some case like this unary, if there is like 2 plus plus 3 minus minus, then the right associativity would follow. From it will be start from right uh, it will start from right. So firstly this expression will carry on, then expression this will carry on. Got it? This will only happen when there will be same elements. If there are if the same precedence is there, if the precedence is different, then it doesn't matter. Then obviously the higher precedence will obviously dominate the lower precedence ones, right? Like for an example, 2 into 3 plus 4. So what will be the answer? 2 into 3 will carry on first, and then whatever the answer is, like 2 into 3 is 6. Yeah. So these are just the precedents. Okay. These just the precedents. So one thing you have to understand, that assignment operators have the lowest precedence. Do you understand now? So for example, whenever we write here like 3 so int a equals to 4, and whenever we write here a plus equals to 64 into 8 plus 9 plus 2, whatever the answer will be, first this will be calculated first, because this is assignment operator. This will be performed at the last. At the first this will be performed. Even this is if there is plus here, even if there is plus here, this will only be carried after this is calculated wholly. Got it? So always this precedence is followed. All the time this precedence is followed. Just remember this, that assignment operator has the lowest precedence. So every operator will work, then assignment operator will start working. Got it? Okay. There are multiple things that I did in this class. If you don't if you have any problem, just watch it on YouTube. I think it will be much better then. So I think uh, there are multiple things that I have already done today. So if you have any problem there, just watch it on YouTube. I think it will be the best. And if you have any questions, just ask me afterwards. Okay. Java keywords, reserved keywords. You know about it, right? So some of the reserved keywords you cannot. Yes. So you cannot like randomly write it as some variable name, right? So boolean, you cannot name some variable boolean, byte, char, double, and there are. Yeah, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. Default is basic. Yeah, default is another. Default has other meanings also, but yeah, default is the basic thing that is used in switch case. Whenever you don't mention any keys, default gets called, right? So there is void, null, instance of, enum, assert. Assert describes a predicate placed in a Java program to indicate that the developer thinks that the predicate is always true at that place. They don't need this. Package is there, import is there, throws is there, throw is there, finally catch. Will be all we'll be all watching this, we'll be all talking about this. Interface is there, implements is there, super there, extend there, class there, volatile is there. So volatile is basically you are just talking to the compiler. You are just telling the compiler that okay, there is a variable that can change asynchronously. Got it? So you are just hinting the compiler. Async asynchronously matlab that a variable is there and it is being used by multiple programs, multiple parts of the program. Yeah. So there is so I think I've just told you the wrong thing. I'll just check it once. Okay, let's just clear out. I think asynchronously is basically not happening or existing at the same time. Not the same time. I've just told you the opposite thing. So like it is basically happening uh, at once. Got it? Got it? See, there is this in computing. It describes tasks or processes that doesn't require waiting for one to finish before starting another. Got it? Allowing for better multitasking and efficiency. The term asynchronous refers to the things that are not happening or existing at the same time. Not same time. Not parallel execution. Single execution. Got it? See, this is the example. This involves sending and receiving messages where the sender doesn't need to wait for the receiver to acknowledge receipt before sending another message. Got it? Like there is a variable there and you don't you changed it. Okay, you changed it without waiting for any other thing. Like you are changing it but you are not waiting for any other thing. Like so for some bank account doesn't have asynchronous accounts. Like for example, uh, asynchronous basically means you can change it anytime. But let's just say there is a variable, okay, that is bank account, and you are I have a credit card and you have a credit card, and I and you at the same time wants to take the value out of the bank account, right? Yeah, bank BTM. So if it is asynchronous, then we cannot do that. Okay, so there can be an error. So at the same time uh, if we try to basically take the money from that same bank account, then maybe there can be a problem where the money is deducted only once, but it should have been two times, right? But we have done it at the same time. so there can be a problem there. Okay, so asynchronously, that is the asynchronous problem. So it will be so if the thing is synchronous, we have to wait. Whenever I will first take out the money, you will have to wait, and afterwards whenever I will have to whenever you will have to take out the money, I will have to wait. That is synchronous. Got it?
Buying it from a shop.
Yeah. So yeah, we should discuss that keywords in next class. I think we are good to go. Today we have done much things. Okay. There are a lot of things that we need to cover, and mostly at the next day when we come, we'll give 2 hours and we'll complete most of the important things, most of the basic important things, and uh, after after the next day we'll start intermediate stuff. Okay. Yeah. So it is, yeah. So we'll be leaving today. We have done it. All right.